All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the WRE, the weight reduction experiment. This is going to be installment number 5 within our series. This is going to be the conclusion, the end of the week, the final installment for this week. We'll see if we'll continue this series, but I think so far the evidence that we have compiled, it's pretty conclusive that the valves are out of adjustment already, and this coming Saturday or tomorrow we're going to be going in and opening the valves up to see how far they've moved and what position they're in, and hopefully, well, that will be the conclusion. Generally speaking, should be the conclusion of this series. I kind of thought, I had this thought floating around in my mind that maybe, just maybe, I should potentially continue it, but do it with, the bike not completely fully dressed, but just add a couple components back to the bike. I would really like to have my boxes back. I would also really like to have my windshield back, and also the pillion seat, because I used to be able to scoot back a little bit if I got a little bit uncomfortable, but now I don't have the pillion seat there, so I'm just kind of stuck in one little area. So I think that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how the bike, well, now we already know how the bike performs with it completely stripped down. If we get similar performance, or or even worse performance, who knows, with putting all the weight back onto the bike. I mean, I think that would be a done deal pretty much. But anyway, so far I believe we have ridden, give me one moment. All right, I had to double check the odometer real quick. We are currently, I'm recording this after the fact, so I've already gotten back home. So we are currently at 5,413.2 miles on the odometer. That is exactly 301.9 miles for the week. And that brings us to a total of 3,140.2 miles on this current engine. So, the last valve adjustment that we did prior to this one that we've been testing, the prior valve adjustment lasted 691 miles before showing the signs that have been shown now. I mean, obviously the signs were very apparent since day 3, but it's for the sake of this test, we've been just continuing to go on until the performance of the bike goes outside of normal limits, which the results from today, we'll get to see exactly how that performance has been. As always, you can go to the end of the video to be able to see just that. But besides that, the idea of me concluding this part of the series of having the bike stripped down and then just going on and putting on some of my old accessories, again, like I was saying, the windshield, the pillion seat, the boxes, and then doing this test all over again, or continuing this test rather, I think that would be helpful, even better indication to see whether or not weight plays a role. Obviously, so far it just doesn't, because we already have less than half, really, of the previous durability when the bike was fully dressed. So it's really to the point where it doesn't really matter, but just for the sake of science, it would be nice and for my own comfort, it would be nice if I had all my stuff back. Riding around with a backpack and getting all the wind in my face and not having that pillion seat, it's wearing on me. And then when I do want to go, run errands or do whatever it is that I needed to do, again, it would be nice to still have that top box so that way I can lock my helmet up and, have a place to put stuff and not have to wear stuff on my back. One thing I will say though is when it comes to the lane filtering and lane splitting, which you guys have seen in some of my videos here, it felt a lot easier. I mean, in theory, or actually in practicality, it's not, because the widest part of my bike, even when I had my side boxes on, was my handlebars. But you just feel smaller, you just feel like you can fit in places a lot tighter than before, because I'm not subconscious or mindful of my side cases anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. But yeah, in reality, when I had the side boxes on, I could fit in the same spaces as I can fit now, because the handlebars are the widest part on the bike. But yeah, that's it for today. I don't really have anything else to speak about. Yeah, so just wait. You guys can continue to enjoy watching how the bike is ridden, or observing how the bike has been ridden for today. It's all on record. Again, every time that I talk about riding on my commute route, this is exactly what I talk about. Riding at 7,000 RPM, 55 miles an hour GPS, 60 miles a day. This is what the bike has been subjected to over 90% of the miles. And now, with the mileage being all the way up to 3,140 on this new engine in particular, this mileage or this type of riding that I'm riding on 7,000 RPM and below accounts for almost 95% of the overall riding. So I think it's like 6% highway miles now, so like 94% is the miles so far is exactly what you see here, and a little bit of inner city commuting and stuff as well, running errands, going to the grocery store, yada yada. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys continue to observe. Today we also later on the way back home, so during the daytime, I do get the opportunity to finally pass. I actually pass 2 trucks. So if you guys stay tuned for that, you can see why it's so important for me to be able to reach a certain top speed in a quick and safe manner. Because these 2 trucks that I passed, they're the really big and long ones. So we finally get to measure top end performance of the bike and see how I pass those big trucks on the back roads. And these big trucks, it was 2 in a row. They were right behind each, one right behind the other. So I really had the opportunity to get on it and hold out to see how fast the bike would go finally. So stay tuned for that. You'll see it on the back roads on my ride back. And yeah, stay tuned to the end. We'll see all the performance metrics, and see you tomorrow. All right. All right, this is a WRE Part 5. This is day 5, a strong finish. It's looks like it's dancing in between 1750 and 1800. Yeah, it's pretty high up there. Go ahead and turn this off now. And yeah, today we finally got to witness the passing power of the bike. Finally, it's been all week. I haven't really had the opportunity to do a proper pass. I've done a couple passes here and there, but they were just smaller vehicles and I didn't really have to get up to much speed. I think 63 miles an hour was the fastest we've gone so far when it comes to passing. But today, not only did we have one, but we had two long, big body, big box or trailer trucks, semis on the back roads. And the top speed that we got today, you guys will see at the end as well, but we got it up to 70 miles an hour, and she didn't want to go any faster than that. So I was trying to pin it to get past both of those really long trailer trucks, and 70 is all she had, and that was all she got. So we are missing 10 miles an hour on the top end. I definitely should be able to go 80 miles an hour with it stripped down, obviously, but 70 is all she wanted. And so we got the idle at 1750 to 1800, and our top speed is down by 10 miles an hour. And then we're going to get to the MPG in just a moment. Alright, so you guys saw those screenshots. The mileage was just a tiny bit higher than usual. After work yesterday, I ran a couple errands around town. But pretty much, if you do the math, we got our mileage at 53.8 mpg. So we're finally, not by very much, we're barely under our acceptable MPG range of 54 to 59. And especially with the riding that I was doing, I would expect anywhere between 57 to 58 mpg. So we are down by 4 to 5 mpg. Really about 4 and some change. There you have it. There's the results. Tomorrow we are going to open this bad boy up, see where we're at with the valves. It's a sure sign that they're going to be out of adjustment, but by how far we will find out. I don't think it's really going to be that far out of alignment, mainly because the performance that we're seeing in these areas, as far as top speed, I mean, it's still top speed. It's down by quite a bit, but I'm still able to hit 70 at least. Like, I'm still able to hit my target speed of what I would, pretty much want. 70 is the minimum of what I want to be able to hit, because as you guys saw, I mean, you saw it with your own eyes, how long it actually takes for me to pass those really big long trucks on the back roads. And thankfully we had a really long stretch where there was just no cars coming, in incoming traffic, there was just none. So we had the time to, at 70, be able to pass as needed. MPG, it's not that far off. 53.8, that's basically 54. I mean, it's basically right there. Again, the riding wasn't so aggressive, and mind you, these MPG numbers that we get, it's really based off of like the number that we got today was based off of the riding back home from yesterday and the riding to work this morning, last night. So it's always from the performance of the day before, pretty much. So not too much off. I'm pretty sure the MPG, if I was to continue to ride it, it may go down a bit more, especially since I did those passes on those two trucks. But over the weekend, I'm not going to ride it because the bike has to sit for 24 hours, so that way the engine can completely cool. And then so tomorrow morning I'm gonna come out here Saturday. We're gonna do everything that we usually do, clean the chain, do a little bit of general maintenance, and then we're gonna pop open the valves and see what's going on inside. Okay, all right, so see you guys next time, and until next time, stay safe. Peace.